Hello, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the pool party. I hope you can swim because we're definitely diving into the deep end with a huge splash of truth, facts, evidence, information, and proof. Swim. Say what you mean. It's talk about talking. How we listen, how we hear, how we speak, how we hear what we're listening to when we speak, how a listener hears what we're saying, if what we're saying, what they're actually hearing and or understanding. Is it clear? Swim. Say what you mean. Well, that's just the beginning of understanding, because after we get that understanding, how do we accept it? How we respond if it's not what we expect is paramount. Are you okay with the truth? Are you man, woman, human, or spiritual enough to accept the truth? Let's find out. Welcome to The Swimming Pool with your host, Travis Bridges.
Bam! I got my bam right today. How about that? Yes, I did. And I am not going to talk about my mic, but my camera right about now. I don't know what's happening to me, but something is going on because this is like 2 days in a row that I'm feeling like just jumping on live from wherever I is. And right now I am just still in travel mode and I'm just chilling right now. But I want to say happy Juneteenth to everyone that celebrates Juneteenth. If you're not a Juneteenth celebrator, then don't worry about it. If you are, then happy Juneteenth. If you don't even know what Juneteenth is, look it up. That's your homework for today. But I'm not a big, holiday celebrator. But some days I at least do acknowledge, and this is one of those that I at least go like this too. So, happy Juneteenth. Well, I'm going to be here for about 10 minutes only because I enjoy doing it when I feel it. I had no practice. I had no preparation. I don't have a script ready. It's just when I get a revelation, I just kind of want to share it because, as you know, this is therapy for me. SWIM, S-W-Y-M, that is the acronym for Say What You Mean. When I turn this mic and this camera on, I feel like I'm going into one of those rooms with a couch and a fancy guy sitting back there with a notepad asking me questions. But it's not. It's just the same feeling. Similar results. But anyway, I want to tell you a little story about what happened to me as it relates to freedom and Juneteenth. So for whatever reason, I did not tell my alarm to wake me up at 5 today. I don't even know why. I thought I did, but I didn't. So at about, what time was it? 6:20 when I remember waking up, I said, oh my God, I done missed my routine. So I wasn't going to go to the gym, but I figured, what does that have to do with it? You are in somewhat like vacation mode, at least for the next 3 days anyway. So I figured, okay, just keep it moving. Just you're just an hour behind. Don't worry about it. Just keep it moving. So of course I took my time, did everything I normally do an hour and some change earlier, got up, went to the gym, hit it real hard, like a rock star. I was just like killing it. So on the way back, I was moving a little slow and I started walking. And I decided I would stop by one of my favorite coffee shop places. And here's the first thing that was amazing. While I was waiting for my coffee, the lady in the place, she kind of knows that, I'm kind of not a local here. And she wanted to put some music on to be impressive towards me. And I thought, okay, why not? So she said, I'm going to play some American music. And I said, okay, fine, do what you do. Guess what song she played? She, of all the billions of songs that she could have chosen, the one song she chose was my favorite all-time song by a male artist vocal. And it was Teddy Pendergrass's When Somebody Loves You Back. It's so good wanting somebody when somebody loves you back. I'm going to take it to the bridge already. To be loved and be loved in return is the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate The little things I do. Oh, you're the one that's got me. Well, whatever, how it goes. You know how it goes. Anyway, I like that song so much. I did a rendition on my 2012 release, Horn of Plenty. You can find it everywhere. Just search the Horn of Plenty or go to my website, travisbridges.com, and you can find my rendition of my all-time favorite male artist vocal song. Did I say all that right? Yes. Okay, well, she played that. And while I was sitting there, I felt like I was in a movie because, of course, I'm on like a couple of days of refreshing and renewing as it relates to, what do I call it? Focusing and getting back on your grind and that kind of stuff. But anyway, after I sat there for a few minutes, there were two ladies at the counter and they were talking, and somehow or another, of course, the attention got on the music that I was bouncing to. And we started talking, coming to find out they're doing a grand opening not too far from where I was. And as the lady that was serving the coffee, who's the owner of the joint, she started telling them about me. Of course, she was just bragging a little too much. But when they found out that I was a musician and they were having the grand opening of their event, they started asking me questions. Of course, she went to YouTube and showed them some of the videos. And of course, I had to be as modest as I was. I was just kind of sitting there letting her brag on me and big me up. But as she started talking to me and asking me questions about, who I am, where I'm from and whatnot, she then wanted to ask me, well, how much would I charge? And I, of course, didn't want to talk business there. I said, like I always say, well, it depends on when it is, what day it is, and, all the details. And then she hit me right with it. She said, how about this Saturday? And so I said, okay. So then we started talking. And then after we talked and I gave some verbal numbers and whatnot, she said, okay, let's just do it. And we switched numbers. And there you go. I've got a gig on Saturday out of thin air just for being in the right place at the right time with the right frame of mind. And I said all that to say this. I had the nerve to not have touched my horn since the last gig I did in the end of May. So I went for almost a month, other than when my grandson was here. We practiced a little bit and went over a few drills and stuff. But in terms of doing what I normally do, I got caught up and distracted, as I talked about on my other live stream. I had not practiced. So in my mind, I was thinking, here I am with a gig in 2 days. I need to brush up. Of course I could go and do the gig, but I like to be ready already. So I ran home, grabbed my stuff, and put my horns together, and then I started working. It's like, okay, I know what playlist I'm going to do. I'm going to do this on Saturday. And I started practicing, put all my gear together, my sound, and I was killing it. So I was rocking for like an hour straight, not even a break. And that was just on my alto. I didn't even play my tenor or my soprano, which I don't play much anyway. But I figured, okay, maybe later or tomorrow I'll pick up my tenor, brush up, and I'll be ready on Saturday. But I said all of that to talk about how I felt with that horn in my hand, with my speakers and the music and my EQ. Everything was like right and perfect. I said to myself, baby, where have you been? And my horn said, right here, waiting for you. That's what happens. That's what I'm going to talk about. What was my message? Oh yeah, seeking ye first. That's what came to mind when I thought I would share my message. We were created to produce. Whatever's inside of us or whatever's inside of you is what you're kind of hooked up and wired to do. So if you're a doctor, you're supposed to be doing surgery or whatever. If you're a dentist, you're supposed to be cleaning teeth and doing stuff. If you're an athlete, you're supposed to be working out, whatever you're supposed to do. It just so happened I have musician in my DNA. And to be slightly distracted for a little while, and I guess if I didn't have gigs, that's part of the reason I got a little lazy. But not being focused caused you to be off your grind a little bit. But when the gig showed up and I was caught with my pants down, no pun intended, and I picked up my horn, I felt alive again. And then I thought, I should have been doing this the whole time. And that's my message to myself and maybe to you. And this is another part of my therapy session. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're focused on your purpose, you won't have time for any distractions. Even if you're distracted, you can get back on your grind if you remember why you wake up in the morning. If you remember your whys, the what almost won't matter. So I said that to say, I'm playing off of the Bible of seeking first the kingdom of heaven. What's inside of you is first. What you're purposed to do is primary. So if you're not doing that, if an orange was on an apple tree, it would be out of place, wouldn't it? So if you're not at least in the wheelhouse of what it is you're supposed to be doing or what you have goals or have planned to do, you're out of place and you're going to easily be distracted. Why am I sounding like I'm trying to teach something? Well, maybe I'm not. I'm trying to teach something to myself. It was a revelation I got and I thought I'd share it, and I'm sharing it live. You know why? Because I have grandkids coming up and I want them to remember their grandfather, of being someone who's at least thinking. So these are just my experiences. They're personal, but just so happen as a YouTube subscriber, squabble, you get to be a part of some of my experiences. I can't share them all and I won't share them all. But with that being said, happy Juneteenth. That holiday in the USA is about freedom for people who kind of sort of look like me. And I'm playing off of that today to talk about the freedom we have when we are fulfilling our purpose or we are focused on our goals. If you're focused on your goals, there's freedom in that. And I want to do one more parallel from the Bible. I can't even remember who it was. I'm drawing a little blank. Maybe it was Ruth. Some woman was working in the field, I think it was, and she was busy doing what she was called to do. And she found her Boaz, or her Boaz found her, because she was focused on what she's supposed to be doing. If you're trying to chase anything or anybody, or if you're money even, it's nothing wrong with, working, because if you don't work, you don't eat, supposedly, I believe that. But if you have a goal and you stay focused on that goal, even if it doesn't come, delayed does not mean denied. Even when we get bored in our pursuit of our goals and dreams, we have to remain focused. So if you don't seek ye first, you're not going to get all those other things that will be added. You will get the results of the distractions. Can anybody hear me? Say yes if you can. I'm going to wait. Go ahead. Okay, that's enough time. With that being said, happy Juneteenth. Find freedom in being who you're supposed to be, in doing what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it. Even if you get distracted, get yourself back on course and stay focused and breathe and enjoy life. With that being said, I'm going to get to stepping. Thank you so much for being here with me. I like to talk about my shirt the other time. This is another Father's Day shirt. I'm rocking it, and my extended facial hairs in honor of my new granddaughter that's on the way. Am I off subject? It has nothing to do with it. I know, but I just wanted to talk about it. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Happy Juneteenth. With that being said, I am out of here. Find somebody you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it. Show it. Mean it. Let it be true. Even if they don't understand it, even if they don't feel it. Sometimes people just don't understand who you are. Still be you. All right. Ciao.
SWYM. Say what you mean. As much as this information is designed to bring awareness to how we listen, hear, and process, it is also a form of therapy. The little person inside of all of us needs to be heard. As adults, even listening to ourselves is a form of healing, strengthening, and growth. It's okay to speak, talk, express yourself, and be heard, even if you're the only listener. If our testimony does anything at all for anyone else, that makes the continued effort worth the time. Get the words out. You'll feel better, and that's a promise. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
You know, sometimes it seems like all the good times are gone, but you got to keep on searching. You got to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. For example, take me
sitting right here
today. I would not be here with you if I believed the things that the people say. You gotta keep on searching. Keep on searching.
Keep it on the cool side.
Keep on looking around.
Thank you.